Trey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Man, what's up? How you doing? I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you joining the show. So, catch us up on life. What are you doing these days?
Right now, I'm the offensive coordinator in New Boston High School. I'm a coach. I'm a dad. I'm a father. So, just you know, living life.
Living life, man. Yeah, congratulations on all that. Let's start things off with just kind of going back to the beginnings of Texas A&M and the why behind it. You were at Oregon. What gave you this feeling like A&M's the place I need to be at? And that was in a different era where you couldn't transfer the way you can now.
Right. It was one of those things where I wanted to get back close to home. Oregon was just too far, and Coach Sumlin was coming in, and then was going to the SEC, and I wanted to be a part of that change. So it was a decision that I made, and ended up being the best decision for me. I feel like so.
What about A&M? What was it about the culture? What was it about the town? What was it about this community that made it like, yeah, I need to be here?
Man, just the family aspect of it. It just felt like home when I got there. Sumlin and McKinney and Kingsbury at the time. All those guys just made me feel right at home. And the players, they were opening arms to me because I was from Texas. So a lot of the guys already knew of me or heard of me. So they just welcomed me with open arms, and it just felt like home. So I just, you know, I knew I was coming there as soon as I took my visit.
How important is that? And I just kind of want you to think about athletes today, right? Like when they're considering where they're going to go, thinking of it, this is a home for you for the next 2, 3, 4 years of it being a home, as opposed to it's a place I can maybe play right away, or it's a place that might give me the best NIL opportunity.
Man, I think that's the lost aspect of it. Like kids looking at it now, so much as a business that they don't think of it that way. Like if you transfer 3 or 4 times, then like where do you go back to? Like what school do you go back to the games, or like who do you follow? Like it just doesn't have any substance behind it nowadays to me. So I think that's the difference. Like when you can find a place that that's going to welcome you back. And everyone, if I wear my A&M stuff, it's, I don't care if they've never seen me before, if they know, like, people's going to give you the gig 'em or howdy, or, it's just that feeling that it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain.
Trey, when you talk to your players, do they recognize like your place in Aggie history and just the kind of beast that you were?
Uh, Luckily, I kind of grew up in the YouTube era, so you can go right on YouTube and look it up, and go to Google and kind of search my name and stuff will pop up. So that's the beauty of it. It's not all barbershop talk. Like when I was a kid, somebody's talking in the barbershop, man, I used to do this and do that, and I don't really have to do that anymore. It's just if you heard that I played, then you can Google it or YouTube it and see it for yourself. So that's the beauty of the era that I grew up in. So.
What
You know.
what what was your favorite memory on the field at A&M?
Favorite memory on the field. Um, I guess the moment that I eclipsed 1,000 yards, I think
Hmm.
it was against LSU. Um, because no running back had done it in the SEC that far, and we've had some good talent there before I ended up taking over. Manziel had been the only one, and he was a quarterback, and no other running back had did it. So that was a moment for me that you know, small coming from a small country town like Texarkana, and you come in a room full of guys from big cities, 5 stars, and to know that I was the first one to do it in the SEC, I guess that was my special moment at A&M to me.
Let's talk about those first couple years at A&M, 2012, where you get to watch just the explosion of Aggie football, the Johnny, the Mike, the Ryan Swope era. Just kind of talk about sitting and watching that, and then being a part of the next version of it.
And that was the hardest year of my life because I guess from the time you start playing football, you don't stop until you got to sit out or red shirt. So that was the hardest year of my life. But being a part of that, just being on scout team every day, pushing those guys, getting scout team player of the year, just working on my game and perfecting my craft against, one of the top SEC teams. I feel like um, molded me for what I end up being. Being around Johnny, being around Mike and Christian Michael and Ben Molina and Brandon Williams and all those guys just pushing each other every day and competing every day at a high level kind of mold you to being what you end up being. So that was a special time. That was a special time.
Was there a moment that season where you're like, oh yeah, this team can do something special? Was it early? Did it take a while for you? Like, when did you know, okay, we can win this thing?
Man, I think the the Florida game, even though we lost, like everybody could kind of see the excitement, like the explosiveness of the team, like just like man, we lost the game, but it's like you could just tell that it was something special, and it was like burning me up on the sideline. Like I wanted in, I wanted part of that. Like I wanted to play bad, but just one of those things. So but I think the Florida game, I came kind of took notice, kind of just like everybody else. You got special guys in there, and you see them every day. And you see, like I'm watching Mike, I'm watching Christian Michael, I'm watching Johnny at practice, and you practicing with those guys, but you just don't know how special they really are until you get to play against the other team's best players, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is what I thought it was.
I want to focus more on your career, but one last thing about that 2012 season. How do you think that team could have done in today's era of college football, a 12-team playoff?
Man, I think we had a chance to win it all. I think we had a chance to win it all. I mean, just week in, week out, you're not gonna have anybody that can cover Mike Evans, and Johnny's just Johnny. He's super special, and with the O line that we had and that group of backs and the D line with Demontre Moore and all those guys, like it's just a super special group, and so I think they would have had a chance to win it all.
The Liberty Bowl for you, what a performance against West Virginia, 133 yards, offensive MVP. Just that game, did something feel different before the game? Did it feel different after a particular play? Just kind of take me through that game.
Man, up until going into the bowl game practice, coach came up to me and was like, "Hey, we're not doing the rotation anymore. Like you're gonna be the guy until you tap out." So I'm like, "Okay." So Sumlin and McKinney, they was known for rotating backs. They've been doing it there, ever since they was at Houston. So this was gonna be the first time they're just kind of letting one guy handle the load, and um, I was excited about it. Of course, I told my parents and family about it and had some people come up to the game. And I just kind of knew that, I had been preparing for this moment. You're getting 3, 4, 5 carries in the game and you rip some off and you're making some plays. I just knew that I was I was ready for more than what I was getting. So as soon as they told me that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put on the show, and they're not gonna look back after this.
It's interesting because at a place like A&M where we recruit so well running backs, like some of you all are volume running backs. You need your touches, but at the
Right.
same time, for longevity, you got to kind of divvy it out.
Right. And it's one of those things where, you're looking around and it's like, man, you got so many talented guys in the room, so you can't be mad if they put this guy in to do this or that guy to do that. So you can't be mad, but it's just like at the same time, other schools are doing it. Like let one guy rock out, and then so you just gotta wait your turn. That's just how it is. Like, and if a guy like in this era, if a guy transfers out, he just transfers out. It is what it is. Like you'll get another guy. It is. I just think, and I don't know if A&M had 1,000-yard rusher since 23. Maybe like I think A-Chain was the last one. So it's like, hey man, you gotta wait your turn. Like be the guy. That's part of it. Like compete and be the guy. Beat them out. If you can't beat them out, then back them up. Everyone has a role. So I think to me, I would love to see one guy just kind of take that thing by the horns and go get it and rush for 12, 1,300 and kind of let us lean on that run game and let Marcel do his thing and and will us to some wins, man. Like
Yeah,
I don't want to see us at the bottom of the rushing total.
I mean,
Especially like, man, we got talented guys. Like I don't like seeing it.
well, I want to continue down that route when we get to Coach Oko and this year's team, but I want to get your perspective of playing at Kyle Field. Every time we have former players on, like it's hard to put into words, right? Like just playing in this
Yeah.
environment as opposed to the rest.
Yeah, it's one of the things where you just kind of got to see it, man. You got to feel it, like feel that experience. Like I tell anybody, just go to a game, just go there, and you'll fall in love. Like go to a game, you'll fall in love. I remember it was one season where they were renovating the stadium, so it held a little more than it held now. And man, that thing's it's just so super special. And like my son is 5 now, and I can't wait to take him to some games and kind of just kind of pump that Aggie spirit in him. He don't know what's going on yet, but I just can't wait, man. I think everybody should at least go experience a game at Kyle Field one time.
Trey, what kind of offensive coordinator are you? Talk to me about the way you coach and the offense that folks can see.
Man, I want explosive. I want to score points, and I want to score a lot of them. So explosive offense. We're gonna run the football, but we're gonna also have a vertical passing game and screen game, and so we're multiple. We're gonna have formations and shifts and motions, but I want to be explosive. I want to have a bunch of explosive +20 runs, +20 passes.
What made you want to do the transition to the coaching side?
Man, the year I got out of the NFL in 2020, and I took a year off, and I'm just missing the game so much. I'm training kids, I'm doing this, doing that, and it's not scratching my competitive itch because yeah, I'm coaching kids. Like when I'm training them, I'm coaching their skills and stuff that they can use and apply, but it just wasn't scratching my competitive itch that I needed. So I got into coaching to kind of scratch that competitive itch and also to just help guide kids and lead and build better young men in today's society. You have so many kids growing up in single parent households, and a lot of kids need that male figure in their life. But you have some kids that just need a coach. You know what I'm saying? So that's the battle that that you have to figure out with your kids that you have. But initially, I just got into it to scratch that competitive itch and kind of teach kids what I learned. I feel like if you don't teach what you've been taught, then you stole from the game. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Talking to Trey Carson here on TexAgs Live. Do you love coaching? Do you love the connection with the players?
man, I love it. I love it. I wouldn't rather be doing anything else. I love it. So,
talk to me about your time in the NFL. What you learn about yourself? What did you like about it? What were some struggles?
I mean, the NFL is just a business. It's a business that initially when you coming in, you thinking that like, man, if I just come in and do this and do that, then I'll play. But it's one of those things. It's a tricky business, man. Like if they're paying this guy, and I mean, that's just what the reality of it is. You just some things are out of your control, And I spent time in Cincinnati in a very talented room with Jeremy Hill and Joe Mixon and Giovanni Bernard and Rex Burkhead and super talented running back room. Kyle Kasky, who's an Aggie, was my running back coach over there, and the whole time I'm just sitting and learning and just taking it all in and learning how to be a professional and just, I mean, it was great, man. I enjoyed my time in the NFL in Cincinnati and Green Bay and Detroit. I enjoyed my time for sure.
All right, let's transition to this year's football team. Coach Elko, what do you think about what he's building here, how he's done it, and maybe some thoughts heading into this year?
Man, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it, and I'm always, as always, I'm going to watch every game and cheer hard, and I like what he's building in the program. I watched Marcel's fall camp interview last night. I think he's ready to go, ready to lead the guys in the right direction. So I'm excited about it, man. I'm ready to see the product on Saturday. So that's the big thing for me. I'm just ready to see how we compete and more than compete, like you gotta have that competitive edge to win. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just to me, I don't like saying compete because when you say compete, that just means let's keep it close. I wanna see guys playing with that competitive edge, that extra that it takes to win. So I'm excited about it.
I love that. That's our next T-shirt, right? Like, compete's keeping it close. You're right. Let's go get it, right?
Yeah, go get it, man. And, you gotta have that little extra that, that little extra that it takes to win. You gotta have that. You gotta play with the edge. You can't don't just compete on three. That just mean keeps it close. I don't like that.
Well,
So
let's talk about somebody who does compete and it does more than compete. He dominates. Le'Veon Moss. You were talking earlier about that running game. This running game can be special, man.
man, I think so too. Him and Owens coming back, right?
Yep.
So I want to see those guys go get it. Like I mean, hopefully it's open competition. I want to see let the best man win, then the other guys spell them, and somebody go lead the SEC in rushing and lead us to some victories, man. Let's do it. Like why not? Why not A&M?
Why do you think A&M has not had the consistency that a program like this should have? Like, do you have any thoughts on why it hasn't happened?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. Like I really don't know. I really don't know. Hopefully we turn it around. Hopefully we turn it around. Hopefully this our year. I don't know why we can't be consistent, because I feel like we have some of the best players in the country, and we recruit well, and we get them in, and just it doesn't all click on Saturday sometimes. Like you guys were saying earlier, it seems that we're supposed to beat. Sometimes we don't beat them,
Hmm.
and then I mean, it's just. But hopefully we can turn the page and let the past be the past and come out in New Year and ball out, man. That's what I'm hoping for.
So who was the team who was your rival? Like, you didn't play Texas, right? So who was your rival?
Man, we just kind of got in the SEC at the time, so we really didn't really have any rival teams. It's just, I think we went and beat a top 10 Auburn team when I was there. We went, we would beat ranked opponents, so it kind of felt like a rivalry game, but we didn't really have any rivalries like that.
So do you have the same kind of I don't know if hatred is the right word, but the same kind of vitriol towards Texas that most of us do? Like, do you look at them as like, I'm glad they're in the SEC, let's go kick their butts kind of vibe?
Yeah, because walking around, like I live in Texas, so either you're in my area, either you're an A&M fan, Arkansas, or you like Texas. So it's like, yeah, I want to beat them. I want to beat them. Like I don't like them. So like we need to beat them.
When you're talking to young men about their life, if they're going to play college football, if they're going to, what kind of, like, what is some of the mentoring you like to do? Like, well, how do you kind of lean on them and help them get through this next phase of life?
So for the kids that's going to go play college football, I just tell them this, hey man, like this is the business now. Like with the NIL stuff, like this is not little boy stuff. This is not it's still a child's game, the game that you grew up playing and you love, but it's a business. We have a running back here that's committed to Texas Tech, Ashton Rowden, and I just tell them like every day, like man, this is a business, bro. So we're gonna come out here and we're gonna go to work and we're gonna treat it as such because it's not a it's not a child it's not child's play anymore. This is serious business. So if this is something that you want to do or you want to further your career in and take it all the way to the NFL, you got to approach it like a pro, like every day. So that's kind of the information that I give him.
Sure. I want to close out with something that, I don't know, you're running back, you get it. Tyreek Hill's comments on Devon Achane. I don't know if you saw that, where he's
Yeah,
saying, like, take him, 3rd and 1, he's not a power back, take him out on those plays. While that might be the case, I think it's poor form to talk about your teammate like that, right? Like, that's what's the bro code, the locker room code in that situation of how you answer a question where you want to be honest, but it is your teammate, and your teammate's been awesome at the NFL.
yeah. So it's one of those things for me. Like if you're gonna mention your teammate, it needs to be positive. Like you can't say anything bad about your teammates in the media. So I saw that come in and I'm like, man, that's weird. Like you don't go in the media and say that. Like I don't know. That's just something you don't say. Even if that's how you truly feel, everyone knows A-Chain is not the biggest back, and in short yard situations, you might do want to go to a bigger back. But if that's my teammate, I'm not gonna say that because you saw the emoji that he tweeted, whatever A-Chain tweeted back at him.
Hmm.
Like it obviously made him kind of feel away. So you don't say that about your teammate. Anytime you're gonna talk about your teammates in the media, it has to be positive. So that's how I feel. I don't know what Tyreek Hill is doing.
Hey, Trey, man, this was a fun conversation. Let's do it again, okay? Okay?
Oh yeah, anytime, anytime.